Ha ha ha. No idea. Not sure. Let's see how this looks. Oh. And is it live? I don't know. Can't see any chat. Oh, look at that. I can see chat now. Hello, everybody. So this is a different way to do it. I have. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I have a roaring fire literally right beside me. Can anyone hear me? Sound check. I'm watching you guys from another channel. See? Anyway, sound check 1, 2. I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys looking at stuff with me. And if you guys can hear me, you let me know. Happy holidays, everybody. So, my name is Steven, now living in Las Vegas. I guess technically, I can go back to the camera if I needed to. Something like this. And let's see how it's looking, how it's doing. Hi guys, how's everybody doing out there? Let's see. Yep, everybody can hear me. That's a good thing. Unfortunately, the bad thing is I can't see your comments on this right now. For some reason, the live chat doesn't show up and appear very live to me, so I'll just let you guys know. I'm testing things out a little bit differently. My name's Steven, not living in Las Vegas, full-time Vegas blogger, but this isn't me walking down the strip randomly, so the only people that see this are probably going to be people that know me already. So I'm glad you're here, and I hope it's a good Christmas for you guys. I want to see if I can log into my other account and possibly see this a little bit better, because that might be better for me and better for you both, and I can actually read your comments. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do the whole thing handheld-wise, which I totally can do. That wouldn't be exactly a problem for me, but it is what it is. So I'm going to do the whole thing live and handheld, and we're going to go it this way. Now, flip this around, and then I can see all of you lovely people out there asking me questions and giving me comments. All right, sorry about that. I thought I was being clever on the previous attempt, but I still have my fire, and that's pretty awesome. All right. Hey everybody, how's everybody going? And sound check is fine, that's a good thing. So anyways, my name's Steven, and I'm here with you to take care of Christmas time questions and answers about Las Vegas, Nevada. Anything you might have to say, might have to wonder about, you guys can ask me, and I'll do my best to help you guys get an answer to whatever you want. What was your Christmas like? Let me know. I'm curious to hear what your Christmas was like. Did you spend it with family? Did you spend it by yourself? Did you go to the casino and win $1 million? In which case, I need about $25,000 to get my house situation sorted out. And if you don't have that, then that's okay too. But anyways, here we go. Now I can actually see the comments. Okay, the day was good. The fire should fire up at some point. I made a little fort pillar out of it. So I just thought I would take this opportunity to answer what kind of questions you might have about Las Vegas stuff. You may not have any questions about Vegas stuff. You might ask me questions about me and about my life. We can open up here. I have 2 options. The first option is I wander aimlessly down the strip and hope that people give me super chats, or I just say screw it and I stay at home where it's nice and safe and I make some good things happen. What P.O. box do I send the money to? Yes, this is Jacob Thompson. This is Jacob's life and wherever Thompson is from. I don't have a P.O. box right now. I usually accept PayPal, Cash App, money order for unsolicited random donations because I don't beg and hustle for those things. But yeah, I just haven't gone to the post office, haven't made a P.O. box happen. I got one once with the USPS, and it costs money that I forgot to pay after 3 months because I didn't get anything from that one. So, Doug has had a quiet day. John Boy is here. Hey, John Boy. God will help you in your time of need. That's nice of you to say. We spent the day with the cows and getting a heifer ready for the Fort Worth Livestock Show and spending the day with the family. If there's not any more American things than America, getting your cow ready on Christmas is one of the most American things ever. Kid74 is one of my Patreon people who gives me way too much money every single month, but he's awesome. Did you guys see my Christmas tree video today? I tried really, really hard to demonstrate and give something to a broad audience, so I hope that would help. Gomez says, I'm going to Vegas this weekend. What's the bus buffet you recommend? I like the Encore or the Win. Some people like the other buffets, like the Bacchanal buffet at Caesars, but I like the Encore and the Win if you have the money for that. Kid is here. GamerX says, which has less crime and safer to live, Henderson or Summerlin? Summerlin's more expensive than Henderson. Crime rates are probably about the same depending on what part of Henderson you live in, but you can't go wrong either way. Fidel is here. Fidel Garcia yesterday was very generous, and we had some subscribers over who were out here in Vegas, and they're doing a website with me, and they had nowhere to go, so my wife cooked them a fantastic dinner, Christmas Eve dinner. In the Philippines, it's called Buena Noche, which is it's a big meal over there, so we did our version over here. And it was fun. And during that dinner, Fidel like tipped me out this crazy PayPal amount. And I was like, wow, man, actually paid for the dinner we had, which was very nice of Fidel. So everybody say thank you, Fidel, because I said super chats are one thing, but you can always do better with this. So thank Fidel for that. Hope nobody tells Matthew we're here. Mo, I'm not sure if you're talking about Matthew from Canada. I'm sure he's very nice because all Canadians are very nice. Stereotypes. And yes, the tree was great. Thank you guys. I'm my photographer, Juan. I post a lot of different photos. I've been slow on Instagram lately. I've been doing photography since I was 17 years old. My father gave me a Pentax K1000, which was a very old film camera that he owned in the 70s. I wish that I never lost it. It's a 35 millimeter. I got into digital. I love photography. One day I would like to sell something to somebody to say that I did it. Thomas asks a question about Jacob's life in Vegas. Thomas, everybody's a fraud if you talk to somebody. Like, for example, I stand in front of the timeshare building and people tell me timeshare is a fraud. But if I look up Bellagio, it'll say Bellagio is a fraud. People don't like things for whatever reason. I will leave it up to you because some people might think that I am a fraud. So what can I tell you about that, my friend? If you tell me I'm a fraud, I don't think I am. So how could I judge somebody else? Jacob says, I'm watching a video right now of you walking the strip. Thank you, Jacob. I did that a few days ago. Paul says, hi, Merry Christmas, and Christmas presents is fine. And also at first it was lame for a bit, then I messaged my brother if we could open presents. That's a good one, I like that. And Kid says, thank you, Fidel, for his generosity. Paul's Christmas was lame. I'm sorry about that, Paul. What are the chances Vegas gets a pro baseball team? It's a 100% chance that in time Vegas will get a pro baseball team. There is a 1,000% chance. Thomas says, good answer, no problem. What's your opinion of the new Globe concert there in Vegas? Also, if you like photography, the WPPI Expo is coming to Feb. That'll be fine. What do I think about the globe? I assume you mean the MSG sphere. I think it'll be cool and innovative. My fire is going down. I should put some more wood on that fire. And that would be fun for the expo. Do you believe, what can you do? You can do Steven's Vegas photos. Paul says, are you excited for the new Vegas next year? Sure, that'd be fun. The new year is a great way to start all over again. Do something good for yourself, right? What's the best way to get from Vegas Airport to the Strip? Taxi or Uber? Likely Uber. You could walk it if you're close enough. I've seen people do that. Heather says, buy a timeshare. Larry says, Merry Christmas. And my fire is getting low. I have some wood. I have a solution. Keep the questions coming and make sure you hit the like. This will be a small video. It's not the main goal. It's not to get subscribers or anything. It's just to answer questions to people that are people. Princess Sage is right over there. Princess, what are you doing, babes? She'll probably try to sit on the step stool that I have set up. Anyways, I'm gonna put some wood. This will like get really big really fast too. So I split the wood into little bits, and then I have bigger bits. So you just throw this in the middle of this like so. And because it's so dry, we bought this last year off of Craigslist. It's gonna go really fast. And then you like set these up in a fort in the middle. I don't know, I'm not really an outdoorsman. Although I am Canadian, so I'm supposed to be kind of sort of outdoorsy. So let's see what we got here. Oh man, hope you had a great day. Love that fantastic tree. Thank you, Larry. My cats would have both stretched out right in front of that fire. Yeah, mine don't do that. Mine are not brave enough. Last time in Vegas about a month ago, I stayed out on Boulder Highway. The homeless situation is horrific. Is what is Vegas doing to remedy that? So I did a few videos on my channel about the homeless population in Las Vegas. There's a homeless problem in Las Vegas. We have some laws. My opinion is that I don't want to sound cold-hearted and mean and rude and completely like on the right end of things. At the same time, I can't end up way on the other side. We can't give free money to everyone forever, but we need to give enough to people that they don't miss their psychotic medication. And I'm not joking. Some of those folks have problems that need medication, and if they don't have them, they're going to be homeless chronically. So we have to settle in the middle and spend a better way to spend money, because what are you going to do? Build another sports stadium to try to make another $1 billion happen? Or would you like to take care of people? And there's not much. I don't have an answer for you there. Let's see, we got John Boy saying, I had a great time with family. Good. AJ's here. Hi, AJ. Have you narrowed down what area you're moving to? I have not even been able to focus on that, AJ. I stopped doing videos for a while. It slowed my channel down tremendously. And then work was slow and it got busy. We're working on things. I don't have any money for down payments right now. Now's when people watching this can put down the timeshare business and get a real job. But it'll happen for me. See how big that got? Just a few pieces of wood in the center, and it's like an oven, because the air sucks underneath and it goes straight up. It's like when you look on YouTube and build a rocket oven. I'm also, the Rams got destroyed by the Niners. Yes, kind of, sort of. The Niners are playing like the Rams did a few years ago. The Rams are a good team though, but the Niners have to play the Seahawks on Sunday, and then that's the final game of the year, so we'll see how they do against the Seahawks. Are you a Raiders fan, Larry asks. So this hat I'm wearing, it says D, it doesn't stand for Disney. I need a haircut. This is actually from a subscriber named Shane and Brenda. They're from Dublin, Ireland, and you have Dublin, so I'm not wearing the Raiders hat. I hope the Raiders do well when they get here. I think any team coming into Vegas, I want them to do well. I'm a Niners fan from when I was a little boy. So I like a team in the NFC and a team in the AFC. And so of all the AFC teams, I don't care. So let's say I'll root for the Raiders in the AFC and the Niners in the NFC. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Get a corn over. A corn over or a comb over? Gosh, look at that. Oh, it's almost spitting sparks right through the chainmail that keeps the sparks out. So much for a spark screen. It's a good thing I have a fire extinguisher. So now's the time to ask me questions about my personal life. Like, share, subscribe if you like Vegas stuff. I just bought a spot out in Prump, but I think once they finish the highway to the Vegas property out there, it'll skyrocket. What's your thoughts? I think Prump's a nice community. I think Prump is a little simple place where I would like to live, but it's 45 minutes away from town. I don't know that another road would help it, but maybe it does. And if you're buying it for prospecting reasons, it's always a gamble. But Prump's a good community, and you bought in a good place. Paul says I could come over. Peter says I look tired. Probably, Peter. What the hell? My cats are going crazy behind the cat door. Princess Sage is being stupid. Come here, Princess. One sec, guys. Hey, don't be stupid. Come here. Well, you don't like it when I pick you up, but you like it when you want to be picked up and you want the food. So we got Princess Sage here on Christmas. She doesn't like being picked up very much. Oh, stop. John Boy says positive mind means positive outcomes. That's true. And also corn over is a good haircut. Oh, I didn't know it was a haircut. I thought it was literally corn. Hi. What do you want to do? Don't bite my nose. I swear to you, don't do it. Okay. She gets a free pass. What are your favorite things to do on and off the strip? On the strip, I like to see all the free attractions. Off the strip, I like to go to downtown Summerlin or Town Square. Jacob says, I visit Vegas often. I'm thinking about moving there. Where would you recommend to look at neighborhood-wise? We got to do this so it sees me mostly, and the fire doesn't blow you guys out. Neighborhood-wise, you have anything on the outskirts, the ring part. So if Vegas has a ring of roads around it, everything on the outside of this ring of roads are nicer houses and neighborhoods. But it depends on if you're coming out here to work or move. You have to live near your work. So, I mean, the closest you can get to the Strip without being in a bad neighborhood is good. Central Las Vegas, off of the edge of Summerlin, not bad at all. I would avoid living in Boulder City unless you're okay with the drive all the way to the Strip if you have to make it. And okay, wood is not cured to moist. So David, the wood's been sitting outside for over a year, believe it or not. It's just a crackling fire. I know what you're saying though, my friend. How's the house hunting coming, Larry? It's going to be coming along more and more as we go, so I'll post some more updates for you guys to let you know our trials and tribulations. Paul likes the fire. What's the favorite food of the strip for Italian? We like Nora's Italian Cuisine. That's just off the strip. It's located on Flamingo, right west of Decatur. It's actually one of the best places for Italian on Flamingo. Very good. Subi will tell you that Tivoli Village is very good. She's a fan of that place, but I've never eaten down there. So we can listen to Subi because she is a local with discerning tastes and knows how to work a budget real good. So listen to Subi and go out to Tivoli Village. There's stuff out there too. John Boy hopes we get a good home. Yeah, me too, John Boy. I wish we could just buy this one, but we just don't have the 3 to 10% down payment we would need to work with the people. So it's not going to work out right now. But things happen for a reason, but I'm a little upset that we're going to end up leaving this place because when my wife does her paper flower wall art, she has these high walls in this room. You might have seen them in one of my other videos, and it's nice to have it. And it's on Caroline's Paper Blooms. You can see this room that I'm in great detail with a giant paper flower wall up. That's on Facebook, Caroline's Paper Blooms. You can see the videos there. Damn, up here in Toronto, we don't use a fireplace. Yeah, so Sal's is pointing out how most places have moratoriums, so if you had a fireplace and your place was built in 1980 or something, you can keep it. If you like your fireplace, you can keep your fireplace. It's my best Obama impression. But this one here is a little older, so the newer places you can't have fireplaces up here either. And also, then your Christmas tree is cute and cool. Thank you, Paul. Best place to dine and dash in Vegas. I'm not sure, Thomas. Dine and dashing is against the Housekeepers and Innkeepers Act or whatever it's called. I probably wouldn't want to dine and dash. What's my favorite Filipino restaurant in Vegas? Well, we have Max's Chicken, which is a chain, but there's not too many of them, so it is still exclusive. Started off right after World War II as a stand frying fried chicken in downtown Manila, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. They're very good. For non-restaurant chains, for Filipino stuff, my wife is more or less fans of D as in the, but the letter D like David. Pinoy, which is short term for Filipino, D Pinoy joint. There's 2 of them that I know of. One is at the Outlet Center South, and one is near my house. Thomas is totally kidding. Okay, I'm glad, Thomas. Then also you get a fancy. Then also after you have a fancy house, I would like to have a fancy house, my friends, but I would go for something like this with good bones, where it's well built. I mean, these are real bricks because it's a real fireplace. I'm gonna miss this place. But anyways, will the timeshare biz get better after the new year? Larry, it should get busier, but it's probably not gonna be ever to where it was a few years ago. That's why I'm trying to push myself into maybe doing the video stuff and maybe getting with some properties here in town and doing some stuff. I have some people that are looking out for me, and they are trying to gear me towards meeting some higher ups in Vegas. So we'll see if that ever comes to pass. It's all up to me. We're the most local stores. Oops. Let's see. AJ asks, were most of the local stores and supermarkets closed today in Vegas? Yes, so I posted up on my Facebook group. I said Vegas wants to pretend it's a big city, but I can't find a pizza place open for the life of me. That led me to somebody saying Flamingo Pizza was open, and then Flamingo Pizza was closed and bought up by a place called Moon Pizza, so I got pizza today. The only one grocery store open today is Albertsons over on Tropicana and Jones, and I had to go there, and it was very busy, but the service at Albertsons was fantastic. They still have somebody bagging your groceries for you, which is pretty cool. Subi says Tivoli Village is super fancy, $39 smoothies at the smoothie spot, and that's the low-priced one. I should ask you guys for a bunch of GoFundMe so I can go do stupid expensive things like a $39 smoothie. Not cheap, but the beautiful window shopping. Yeah, I'd probably window shop not there because it's so damn expensive for a smoothie. That's crazy. What types of pictures do you like to take? Prince Uriel says, well, I like to do landscape photography, in photography of, I like macro photography as well. And I've been doing it for a long time. I have so many cameras right now. I mean, the one today I filmed with a Leica. That's my wife's camera. I bought it for her as a gift, but that's good for video. It's good for stills. Leica is one of the best lenses in the world. I have a Sony camera from way back in the day. That's a Carl Zeiss lens, which is pretty amazing. I have a bunch of different gear for different bunch of different camera stuff. So that I have cameras that are good for pretty much everything. And I use my smartphone a lot because you can work a smartphone picture pretty well if you know how to frame it. Brian says, how is the weather today? What's the temperature right now? Today was warm, like 57 degrees today. Right now it's probably about 49, 50 degrees. And it was sunny today. Have you been to FLM Lights in Henderson? Every year I say I'm gonna go and then I don't go because it's cold and stuff like that. But now I have the YouTube channel, so I have more of a reason to go outside in the cold at nighttime with you guys. You should be a real estate agent, Scott says. Yes, my friend Josh, who's an agent, is trying to look at helping me get through that. I don't know, it's a very hard test. It takes a long time. But what am I doing anyways? Getting old and bitching about it? What type of Filipino chicken does your wife like to cook? She makes me tocino, not tocino, gosh, oh my gosh. She makes me some different dishes. She likes to make me chicken caldereta, which is kind of like a dish with potatoes and garbanzo beans, and it's like a tomato stew in her region, and she cooks it with boneless, skinless chicken breast. I am a fan of adobo, but I go more towards pork. She also makes me a soup, and the name of it escapes me right now. It's not a, it's like a soup. It's not a stew. New York, Ivy is here, Gotham City. And so when did you hear about the Vegas Stadium? It is almost like a stadium because, and excuse my French badass, at the end of the next year it should be finished. Yes, you know, I'm a little bit forlorn and like, because I look on my Not Leaving Las Vegas group, which you guys should totally join and add me as a friend on. And I see like a video that somebody posts that went from 200,000 views to 4 million views because it got picked up by like The Score, which is a Canadian broadcaster, and it got picked up by CBS. And I'm thinking, if I go back there, I can't, I want that many views on one video. That would make it so cool. But then people are gonna think I'm a Raiders channel. I'm not a Raiders channel, I'm a channel that talks about life, and we also live in Las Vegas. Yes, Subi shops at Albertsons on Charleston. Good stuff. Where is my cat? Well, there's one cat over here. It's Blackjack. And then there's another cat right behind me. It's Princess Sage. I don't have any food, or else I could maybe get her to come over. And then Domino's older, so he's in the room with Caroline right now watching TV. Thanks for the tip of Thanksgiving in Las Vegas. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Pine Tree 88. And also, do you like Vegas? Yes, Paul, I like Vegas. I think it's more of a community than people give it credit for. And I think it's one of the most business positive places on the planet. Have you been to the Philippines? What do you think of it? Good place to retire? Scott, I have a friend who lives in the Philippines full time, and he said it's a great place to live until you get to a certain age, and then you don't have the amenities if you get really, really sick or if you're literally in your 80s. So I've been there a few times, several times actually. I love it. It's my second home. I want to retire there today, someday, and my wife, Caroline, wants to go back and do a business out there. And if I can ever get my YouTube up to a level where it's enough money for her to do that, she's going to do that because she's very talented at cooking. And I know she could bring over American and Filipino fusion cuisine in a new market and do fantastic for herself because she's an amazing cook, an amazing chef. Tinola. Thank you. That's the one. Chicken tinola. My wife makes great chicken tinola with lemongrass and chayote, and it also has, of course, chicken in it, and it's so good. Ivy has pneumonia. Be careful with the pneumonia, Ivy. Don't risk it. Some guy on ESPN, a reporter, died just today. It sucks, man. He is 34 with pneumonia, and he passed away. What's my favorite hotel casino? I mean, I like Caesar's Palace in Planet Hollywood. I've been there before, answer that one again. Where do you go on vacation when you leave Vegas? We want to start going to California a little bit more. We also go to the Philippines. I don't go back to Canada, although I'd like to, but it's just a thing. It's just, you know, it's so close to America, and I feel more, I identify more with this place. Don't hate me, Canadians. Everybody identifies a little more. I've met Americans who identify more with Canadians, but I feel more into America. I know a lot of history about both places, but I just love it here, so probably end up going to the East Coast at some point. Have you ever tried a balut? No, I have not tried balut. My wife eats it. It's a novelty food that people eat when they drink over there and have fun. Princess Sage is yelling for some reason. And also, I have a cousin live in Vegas. That's pretty cool, Paul. We just got through a typhoon last night in the Philippines, very heavy rains. William must be in the capital region. My wife is from Davao, which is in the south, that doesn't have typhoons. They get heavy rains, but they don't have typhoons. Unfortunately, in Davao, they've had earthquakes. Victor's here. Peace. How you doing, Victor? I appreciate you watching. Where is your wife from in the PH? James Brady asks. She's from Davao City, Mindanao, southern part of the Philippines. Your blogs are the best, Steve says. I appreciate it. I'm trying to reach a broader audience. My idea is that if I give you guys those videos like the one I did today, and even if somebody has no intention of coming to Las Vegas, they might watch that and really like it. And they might subscribe just to see more travel blogs. And then maybe someday I can show you guys travel blogs of more places, not just Las Vegas. Maybe you'll come along with me on a trip. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's just a Vegas thing. But, you know, people will sometimes watch videos because they like the person more than the content. Maybe you guys like me that much. Paul's brother likes Vegas too. How can anyone ask if Jacob's license? I don't know, Trisha. I don't know. People want to ask me questions to instigate me. When I get questions like that, I wonder how I should answer them and how else am I going to be. I have to be nice. I don't know him. I'd like to meet him someday, but you don't want to meet me, I don't think. So we'll just leave it at that. Pine Tree went to Coron, if that's a place in the Philippines. Peter's had flu on Xmas. I'm sorry you're sick, Peter, man. Don't do hot toddies. Alcohol doesn't help you when you're sick. That's a myth. Wow. Yeah, Ivy, be safe. I would watch her cooking videos. Now I'd excited to see what she would cook up. Yeah, but she's camera shy, but I keep telling her people would love what you have to show. Paul says, by the way, I had a question. Did you hear recently they said over the news, Jared Higgins, aka Juice World, he was on his way to Chicago and he started to has seizures. Not heard of that, and I don't know who that is because my pop culture references all end around the year 1998, 99. I just don't know a lot of pop culture. I stay away from the media because everybody gets so political. But I'm sorry, I hope he's okay, whoever he is. I'm a fan of Guam, the Philippines, and Thailand. Yes, Caroline also lived in Guam on Dadeo for a while back in the day. Don't you miss or need the Canadian health insurance? Ed, when you stay away from this long from Canada, you don't qualify for the insurance. And yes, people need health insurance. It's complicated. Merry Christmas from Colorado. Arthur Mooney Sanchez says, Cesar is here. Didn't get the notification because YouTube unsubscribed me. That's bizarre. I'm sorry YouTube unsubscribed you. I'm going to start my mailing list up in the next few days so you guys will get an email from me knowing when I'm doing one of these things. Hopefully that circumvents the YouTube thing, but you're going to have to email me at the email in this video to say I do that so I can add you to the list. I love Vegas. Probably meet you sometime. I meant to say hi to Matthew. Cool. I hope Matthew was cool. I tried to meet him once, but it was a bad situation where I made a big mistake. And I will burn in YouTube HE double hockey sticks for it for the rest of my life. Probably never ever do a collaboration. That's me, Mr. No Collab. I don't care. Are you kidding me? I had to clean up the 77 Grand Prix car that went to on a plinth on the household. Wait, oh no, I'm sorry, hold on. I don't know what Peter's talking about, but that sounds pretty cool. If you want to, William says, please give a shout out to the Bing Bing household who are big fans from Alabang, Manila. Kumusta, Bing Bing? I don't know much else. Hello, how you guys doing? Malagayang ng Pasko. Greetings from Las Vegas. And mabuhay from Nevada. Thank you for watching Bing Bing Household. Look! He came up here. Oh my gosh. Look at this. That's right. I'm a cat. And I'm angry because I just want to sit on the chair. Do you play? Okay, he's a rapper. Okay, I didn't know that, Paul. Please, do you play slots? If you do, you have any luck? I don't play slots because I have an addictive personality. So I don't really gamble a lot because I know what my brain will do. It'll say, you got this, man. Just one more spin. Just one more spin. Larry, if I was going to send out text messages, I don't know, because if it gets too big and I have like hundreds of people, it's just going to be mass texts. We'll just get picked up by most phones as spam. If you're doing well enough on your own, Ivy says, that's cool, Ivy, thanks. But I still wouldn't mind meeting Life in Las Vegas, baby, or Yellow Productions, or All You Can Vegas, or Jacob, or say hi to Matthew, or say hi to Jacob, or Matthew's Life in Las Vegas. They'd be cool to meet, you know, because we're a small community. No matter how big people think they are, no man or woman is an island. You have to say that nowadays. Because if you don't, then people say you're being sexist, but I remember it as no man is an island from when I was a kid. Let's throw another shrimp on the bobby and make his fire roar up again. Because I have a lot of wood. I don't really feel like leaving all my firewood when I go, so I might as well burn it, right? Plus it keeps the gas bill down. All right, here we go again. At Caesar's Palace in '78. So they used to do a lot of car automotive stuff at Caesar's Palace back in the day. They had an F1 race there, and of course, Evel Knievel jumped over the fountains. I can tell you the story about that loosely. It was very interesting. See how fast that fire just fires up? So let's do this. It's okay. She is not going to do this. You going to do this? You're going to have a warm butt, you little weirdo. You can't even really see her. You can do this right here. Now we have a Princess Sage in frame. I like how you gave a 30-minute notification ahead of time, so kid says he likes that. That's not me, that's YouTube doing that, and when it works well, it works fantastically. When it doesn't work well, it doesn't work at all. See? Cat just walked away. I tried that Thai restaurant you recommended. It was worth the wait. That's so cool, Pine Tree. I'm glad you guys liked it. Yeah, it's a really good place. He's talking probably about Kung Fu Thai, Spring Mountain. It's a Thai and Chinese place. I've been there 4 times, got my 4, 5, 6 time this year. That's pretty cool, doctor. There you go. Why do homes in Las Vegas, Metro, and Arizona have such small backyards, and why are they so close to their neighborhoods? That's odd. Yeah, it is odd. Where I'm from in Canada, it was back alleys. So there's literally a street out front, and there's a back alley that separates everything. I just think it's an issue of the age of the city and how they planned it out and how they wanted to build everything close because the sprawl happens. But we have a pretty big backyard at this place we're in right now, and big backyards do exist in larger communities with bigger houses and more. It's just also land tax. You got to pay more money for your land. You also have to add more landscaping. So wealthier houses nowadays have bigger yards. Less nice places have smaller yards, and older places usually have bigger yards too. The Huntridge neighborhood has some huge yards. Maybe I should become a realtor. I know about stuff. What's your favorite TV show? John Boy says. For animated, I'm a big fan of Rick and Morty and Bob's Burgers, and I used to watch Family Guy, but I just grew out of it. The show got a lot worse than it was. Grew up on The Simpsons. We watch Ray Donovan on Showtime, Game of Thrones. I wouldn't bother with The Witcher on Netflix. It's hot garbage. I don't like it. My wife is just watching it begrudgingly. I watch a lot of documentaries to try to learn stuff. So that's just me. What's the best place to eat in Vegas in your opinion? Kung Fu Thai, Pho, Saigon number 8, In-N-Out Burger is good. We just went to a pizza place called Boss Pizza. It's not bad at all. Metro Pizza is pretty decent. Then you have your chain restaurants. You might not have them near you. There's White Castle, Chick-fil-A. Some places don't have these places, so you should check those places out too. Did you end up finishing the book Super Casino? Well, I read it twice, AJ. So I've read it a few times. It's a good book. It's always good. I'm trying to get ideas for the channel out of it, but some of the stuff just won't translate until I'm big. And big to me means 100,000. When you're at 100,000, you can put stuff out and people will see it, and it just attracts more. It's a snowball effect. So I don't want to alienate people by making videos no one likes. Betting the cat leaves, never mind. I got the heads up here in Seattle. God, Larry did. Is Earth round? Yes, the Earth is round. I want to move there someday soon. That's cool. I know you're not a huge sports fan based on what you've said. However, what's the status on the A's moving there? Is their NBA team? Info guy, I'm a big sports business guy. So yes, I can tell you all about the business of sports. I'm not going to be the guy that gives you an encyclopedic knowledge on the NFL. I do know a lot about hockey. So are the A's going to move here? No, probably not. They have some kind of deal where they bought the land at the Coliseum where they play in, where the Raiders used to play. I think they purchased that. I could be mistaken. Where is Reef K when you need him? He's an expert on Oakland stuff up here from my channel. NBA team will eventually move here. The NBA wants to make money, and they currently have attendance problems in several markets. I could see a team moving, but it would mean realignment of those conferences because they like to have the conferences. For example, 30 teams, let's put 15 in the West, for 15 into the East. It's better for them. So yes, okay, what about the Flash TV show? What about the Flash TV show? I don't know what you're asking me. You're talking about the old ones that Queen did the song about? The Flash, Master of the Universe? Did I watch The Three Stooges as a kid? Sure. I never saw the movie with Will Sasso and a couple of other people, but I just discovered Will Sasso in the 10-minute podcast, even though it's over now. It's great. He's in Three Stooges. I want to see the 90s movie or the 2000s movie because of that. The Witcher Netflix series doesn't follow the books and the video games. Instant turnoff. Yes, plus overacting, bad pacing. I don't know. I'm trying to learn how to make movies and films, and I look at it and I go, that is not the way you should film that, but I'm not a Hollywood guy. What do I know? Is it hard to find employment here, Ray? Anybody can get a job here. It depends on what kind of job you want and if you want to hold out. And if you're really up on it, I would recommend coming out here, trying to be an entrepreneur. Red 8 restaurant at the Wynn, great Chinese food. Jacob says, I bet you Jacob's right. See, Jacob is always right, even when it's Jacob Thompson. Thumbs up, everybody. Yes, thank you, guys. KON says, coming in Saturday for New Year's at Wynn. Any tips for me? Sure. Yeah, I mean, Saturday for New Year's. Make sure that you're close to your home base. If you get too far away, it's going to be hard to get back. There's going to be a glut of people. Don't go with any valuables that are hanging out of your pockets. Take off your jewelry. Be safe on New Year's Eve and follow the rules. Ask the hotels what you're allowed to do on and off the strip because they have all sorts of rules about backpacks and bottles and glass. But just have a lot of fun while you're here. And send us a live stream. I don't know. Send us a video. We can all watch it. How can you be sure the Earth is round, huh? Well, I guess, Juan, I don't know anybody can be sure. Williams in Seattle, the new one on the WB. Oh, okay, John Boy. No, I have not seen that one. Maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. A lot of movie stuff or comics. DC in that case, Marvel and others, I'm not too up on. If you return to Canada, are you eligible for healthcare after 3 months? I don't know, Ed. That's a good question. I guess probably. I don't know for sure. If you're telling me you are, oh, he says I am. Okay, it's a statement. I am eligible. That's good to know. What's your favorite thing to do in Vegas? All right, so we covered this about 20 minutes ago. I like to go to the Strip and see the free attractions and stuff. I like to go out to Summerlin and go out to downtown Summerlin. We like Town Square. It's pretty good. Alameda County voted 5-0 to sell their position of the Coliseum to the A's. There you go. And that's what they're doing. So they sold the land to the A's. They're going to build something. Very nice. And any news on the open real estate around the Trump casino, all those open slots, any new casinos pending? I think that right now they're not going to really do much until they move on to opening up the Resorts World to see how that goes, because Resorts World is a big gamble on that part of the Strip. There was a Australian developer that was supposed to build something on the land where the New Frontier sat, but that fell through. Then, of course, you have the Drew, which might or might not open in the next 2 to 3 years. And then you had the failed All-Net Sports Arena to bring a basketball arena to the Strip. We don't need it. They can play at T-Mobile, so that's a stupid thing. But they want to try to build a brand new basketball arena. They got some names from NBA and stuff like that behind it. How old is your house? Most new ones don't have wood-burning fireplaces. Too dangerous. So, Susan, it's not the danger out here, it's the air quality, and that's most cities. They don't want that kind of stuff going into the air. This house was built in probably the early 80s, so 35 to 40 years old. Is the VA hospital near Las Vegas? I'm going to leave that up to Subi. Hopefully Subi is watching. Subi knows a lot about that kind of stuff, so she could answer in the comments. What do you think of California transplants trying to muck up Nevada? Well, I had my friend in Henderson, Let Your Light Shine, do a video with me, and I have to edit it and put it up. I don't have a problem with anybody. I think every American person I've ever met is pretty cool. We have our regional differences, but we're always trying to get along with one another. Sometimes it can seem like you're having an invasion of folks from another state, but they're just trying to do better for their families and themselves. Every person you've ever met is going through their own battle that you don't know anything about, just like you. So try to be nice is the way I look at it. Scott Adams took his message back. Hey, Terry Grant in Montana's here. Do you support Trump? Woodbeast asks. Please do a video riding the monorail. That would be cool, Dave. I wouldn't mind doing that. Woodbeast, do you support Trump? Scott Adams says, what do you think of the new Palms Casino remodel? The buffet is decent, but when buffets, yes, they spent $1 billion on the renovation. It's more than the whole entire Palms cost, less that stupid nightclub that closed. But when they do a buffet renovation and they get rid of the crab's legs, we're done, because that's what my wife eats at the buffet. So I'm not going to go to a buffet and pay that much money without seafood like that. And those little peeler shrimp just don't count. Would you create a movie review channel? Juan, what would I even talk about? Seriously. I mean, I could create a movie review channel. I've thought of doing a channel to show people how to make YouTube videos. I would love to do that. Some of these guys have secondary channels, but I don't even know if this channel is going to succeed. I have no clue. I might do something wrong or say something wrong, or YouTube changes the algorithm and suddenly nobody's watching. So I'd love to do a movie review channel. You're kidding me? I love being on camera. I absolutely love it. I would do that in a heartbeat if my audience were big enough. That would be cool too, but it's just not big enough. Natalie's here. Hey, Natalie, what's up? Will Las Vegas ever get an amusement park? Pine Tree asks. Probably not, I would imagine. It doesn't make sense when there's so much land and better climate in California, but maybe someday. It's tried a few times to have amusement parks. MGM Grand Signature Tower sits on the old amusement park. The MGM Adventure or something or other, which was like a universal type of theme, and just didn't work out. Then they had a couple of water parks on the strip that didn't work out. Then they were trying to zone one where the Hawaiian Marketplace is, which actually got sold. That was voted down. They didn't want an amusement park on the strip with city council. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what we got here. Your wife can try a cooking YouTube channel. That would be great, Ivy. Oh, she would be good, but camera shy. Oh, one downtown, sort of bad rep. Yes, okay, so Subi's answering about the VA, one downtown, sort of bad rep. Woodbeast does support Trump. Cool, Woodbeast is supporting Trump. That's good. I think it's crazy Steve Sisolak is considering a state income tax. By the way, I don't care who you vote for president as long as you want America to succeed. That's my bottom line. So ask me about my politics. I'm here to see the country do good. No matter who's in power, we should all be getting further on in our lives. That's all there is to it, man. This place here is the best we've ever done in terms of what we could do. So let's make it good and just not worry about all the partisanship. Holy cow. Kid sent me a $20 sticker. Thanks for being me. Thank you so much, kid. I appreciate it, guys. You guys are great for doing anything like that. And I mean, I just, that's so nice of you guys. Thank you so much. You've been giving so generous to me. I appreciate it. John Boy says, I have 81 viewers. Yes, I do. I think you are succeeding, Natalie says. That's cool. I love this channel. Be positive, Ray said. And what would you date Nancy Pelosi? I think Nancy's married. This is one of my favorite channels. Thanks, Natalie. I appreciate it. Mr. or Mrs. Gomez. I don't want to say the first name wrong. Any actors you've seen walking down the strip or famous people? I saw Howie Mandel once. And then one time I saw Jerry Springer, and then another time we saw Tobey Maguire at the Encore's grand opening, and then we also saw Steve Wynn at the Encore's grand opening, and then one time I saw Gordon Ramsay's motorcade driving around, but I couldn't. I was gonna jump in front of it and be like, Gordon, Gordon, and I wanted him to jump out and call me a donkey, because he does that on his British TV show. He goes, you donkey. It's pretty bad. I do a bad impression of Gordon Ramsay. Any advice on getting photography work in events or lifestyle? Daniel, if I had all the advice, I'd just do photography, videography, and this for a living. Just network, talk to everybody. Maybe I don't have a charming personality in real life or whatever, but people want a lot of free stuff unless you talk to the right people who have the money for the things that they want to have, and then they'll actually pay you for it. And that's really all it is. So make sure you network with the right people that have money, do free events for the right people, go to mixers. I want to have a mixer for the channel, for the community, not just for Vegas subscribers. That'd be cool. John Boyce says 84 people viewing. Faulkner's in the UK. I came across your street. Everyone crossed the street, so no YouTubers. And came across your street. I'm not really sure what you're saying, Peter. I got confused on you. Woodby says thumbs up. Have you ever been to the Springs Preserve in Valley View? Yeah, we've been there a few times. It's great. It's awesome. It's my favorite place to go. There's a place I tell people to go if they have a car. Go off the strip, go to Springs Preserve, see the history of Nevada, the history of Las Vegas, the history of water preservation in the area. Go see how the Anasazi and the Wallapai and all these different tribes lived out here. See how the city developed. It's awesome. Any new info on Blue Tech Park? They were supposed to start this December. I heard one of the big investors for Blue Tech Park was a fraud and phony and got kicked out of the group. And I heard they might have been changing the scope of it. Although I wanted Blue Tech to work, it doesn't look like it's going to work. I would date Tulsi Gabbard. Do you think Steve Wynn still lives in Vegas? AJ, I think Steve Wynn probably has homes on several continents. And I think he claims Las Vegas, Nevada residency for tax reasons if he's smart. So probably has a place here. I saw Tobey Maguire. He was drunk off his you-know-what. It was pretty hilarious, actually. Do you think this impeachment is bad? Will Beast wants me to get political. So I think that it doesn't matter what president is getting impeached, what side of the spectrum he's on, it's bad for the country. I think even if the president deserves it or if he doesn't, it's bad for the country. I think it's bad for the country and for the stock market and for the good regular folks like us when the economy is uncertain. So I don't care if it's a Democrat, a Republican, an independent, a guy that, wants to go for the, space alien party of America. It would be bad no matter what. Okay, my mom and dad took a pic with Michael Jackson's dad, Joe Jackson. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Oh, I met Weird Al Yankovic in Las Vegas. That was my biggest one. I was like, oh my God, you're Weird Al. My friends made fun of me so bad because they're not Weird Al fans, and I am. I still get made fun of it and ribbed on to this date. And Weird Al's like, oh, hey, I'm Weird Al. Look at my curly hair. And I'm like, Weird Al, sing a parody song. And he's like, here's a parody song. I have to get to my show. What do you want? So I took a picture with him, which I have on my camera roll somewhere on my upload on my cloud. Will you be doing a walk through I walk through a Fremont on New Year's Day. Let's schedule that in, Ray. We'll do a walk on New Year's Day, the day after on Fremont Street. Okay, that works. Oh no, Peter, brother, don't worry about it. Just rephrase it. If I don't understand what you're saying, then I'll just ask you to rephrase it. We can try again, man. It's understandable. Saw Steve went at Trader Joe's Henderson. That's pretty cool. Woodby says, thank you. Good night, Ivy in New York City. I hope you feel good about yourself and your channel. You're not so far from 10,000. Oh, thank you so much. If you read that differently, PMC, it sounds like somebody getting really mad. They're like, I hope you feel good about yourself and your channel. But that's very positive of you. Merry Christmas. Hey, Johnny, my friend, Johnny Thompson, the one and only Las Vegas Flash is in the house. Hey, Johnny. Hey, guys, Johnny Thompson is an Elvis impersonator, and he was in videos with Carrie Underwood. He was in videos with Katy Perry. He walked the red carpet with E! Live, interviewing celebrities at big red carpet events. And he needs to start a YouTube channel, and I keep telling him this. So I want you guys to find Johnny Thompson on Facebook and just spam him, or tell him right here, start a YouTube channel. Stephen will help you with it. Because I've been telling Johnny this for a long time. Johnny is busy giving me a lot of help in the years, and I'm trying to help him get bigger so he can get richer and be the American impersonator living in the Philippines. Making a Vegas comeback. Hold on a sec. There you go. Now we got a fire again. All right, I'm back to comments. Hold on, guys. All right, so yeah, Johnny needs to make a channel. That would make me very happy. One sec here. Your fire is almost out. See what I did? Do you know the story behind the MJ Live performer? He was discovered by accident performing on Fremont. Now, every single story in Vegas is going to have something like that. And I don't know if it's true or not. I know a guy that claimed he was going to be in that show. He was an Elvis impersonator, and he seemed pretty cool. He was like a Mexican-American guy, and he was really good at everything. Maybe that's him. Maybe he was telling me the truth, and he forgot about me, the little guy, but I never had a channel back then. So that'd be cool. How do you become a member of the Space Alien Party, Matt? Matt, I don't know. I think you just have to join Space Force and then defect once you get up there. Good videos today, Katie says. Thank you, Katie. Merry Christmas, Stephen. Matt, listen to radio. Have you ever seen the no-arm accordion player on the Strip? Not seen him before. I've seen an older accordion player and an older lady that was like from Eastern Europe doing that stuff. What do you think of the lead singer of Journey from the Philippines, Arnel? Is that his middle name, Pineda? Oh, he was discovered at the Hard Rock Cafe in Manila singing songs, and he was actually ready to quit his music career. He was in a Filipino rock band. I think he's great. I think he brings a real positive vibe to the show. There's actually a documentary they did about him and the band, and it was really interesting to watch, and I really like to see that. Have I seen a ghost, Woodbeast? I don't know. Maybe. Have you seen ghosts? Because I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Any update on the actor that got kicked out of the Cosmo? Did he go back? I don't know what kind of... Do you go back to jail for violating his parole? I don't know what actor you're talking about, Mr. and Mrs. Gomez. You can tell me who that is. Maybe I know. Somebody says that my PayPal has grown, Larry says. Thank you, Larry. I don't see nothing, but if I get a PayPal, I appreciate it. That's very nice. Oh, I do see it. Hey guys, thanks out to Larry. Larry just shot me some PayPal donations. Please, everybody, say thank you to Larry and thank you to Kid. Those are the two people that have sent me some donations today. Thank you guys for PayPal. The money comes in instantly. They don't take 30% from me like YouTube does. But even if you can only super chat because it's convenient, that helps too. Thank you so much, Larry. Arnal Pineda is great. What opens first, the Drew or Resorts World? Oh, Resorts World's going to open first, without a doubt. I had the same manager of the Philippines as Arnell, Johnny Thompson, my friend from the Philippines. The Kid and Larry. Do you like the Beatles? I'm a Beatles nerd. I can tell you more things about the Beatles and about their music. Well, you could probably beat me, but that'd be cool. I know so much about the Beatles. I go deep cuts. I know how John Lennon and Paul McCartney had this. Okay, yeah, I could go on forever. This will be the Not Leaving the Beatles podcast. Yes. Yeah, see, would be still tell you. You know, it's there's so much good stuff in that music from that era, and it's so well written and it's so well performed and it holds up so well. Is Beatles Love your favorite show? Scott, I've never seen the Beatles Love. Always wanted to go, but I just never get time, and then the tickets for good ones are pretty expensive. It's one of the more expensive shows. But you know, I've seen the Beatles tribute show a few times. It's a good show. Let's see here. In 2001, I walked from Stratosphere downtown to Fremont Street. Crazy? No, Jason, because I've walked further. I've walked from the old Riviera to downtown. But, you know, it is what it is. I think Wood Beast is a troublemaker. I don't know. Wood Beast, are we talking about a YouTuber, Mr. Beast? What made you start a YouTube channel? My wife said that there was this guy named Jacob who's doing videos, and I know a lot about it, and I didn't want to compete, and I said, my videos would be boring videos about the Bellagio, and then I was bored and just messing around while she was looking at Cactus Joe's out near Pahrump on New Year's Day. And I started doing a video, and I said, I'm going to upload this to YouTube. And then I made another one, and there we are. You know, that's what it is. So my dad has a Beatles cover band, just him doing the vocals and instruments and dubbing it all together. That is cool. I've seen some really good one-man bands where they perform like 8 instruments and all the vocals, and they're really fun. It's really good. John, no, I am not. It might be a John Lennon reference. Yeah, thanks, Larry and Kid. Focus camera. I'm talking to you. It's because often you sound unsure. I'm not sure what you mean, PMC, because I'm having a hard time with keeping up with the chat right now. I've walked from Boulder Station to the Strip. That is a far walk. Who sued George Harrison for copyright ripoff? It was the, oh God, oh my Lord, Hare Krishna. Oh God, I can't remember the old band from the 1960s that did it, but it was She's So Fine. That was the song. His comments are silly. Fair enough. What is going on? Sorry about that, guys. My camera just shut itself down. Yeah. Okay, I'm speaking of Who You Gonna Call. The new Ghostbusters was filmed in Fort McLeod and Drumheller. I saw the filming in Fort McLeod. Yeah, Jason says that. And I was watching the movie Togo, which is on Disney Plus, which is a great movie. Disney makes really great movies. And I was like, oh, that was filmed in Canmore in Calgary with a dog kennel from Calgary doing all of the different dogs. Disney Plus, go watch Togo. You'll thank me later for watching Togo with your family. Awesome movie. Disney makes great movies sometimes. And then sometimes they make Star Wars movies they shouldn't make. Wood Beast is not a troublemaker. My funds are very small, but I will be loyal to your channel. Oh, Doris, you're so sweet. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Doris. If you want your funds to go further, don't send me money on YouTube. It takes 30%. Anyone you want to send out cash or Cash App, PayPal, you're so nice. But you don't have to. I'm answering everybody. Not everybody's giving me money. I don't want to put you in that position. That's BS. Have you heard about the new Las Vegas Art Museum coming to Vegas with the Las Vegas government funding? I'll have to look into it, Scott. We need more museums out here. That's what helps culture grow. I'm sorry if you're not. It seems like it. I don't know, John Boy, what I'm unsure of, but no, I am what I am. I'm not always going, yes, I'm the authority. I'm not going to be an authority on everything, and if I don't know, I usually tell you I don't know, but I do my best to answer, get more information if I need to. I met the Rat Pack, but I've never really met anybody from the Beatles, even though they've only 40 days from actually are where the iPhone, it seems very good at the ability to translate. Peter Faulkner, if you're in the UK, do you mean you live near Liverpool? That'd be cool. I always wanted to see strawberry fields in the Salvation Army and stuff like that, where they grew up and named all that stuff after. I'm not sure if you have did it yet, but you should make a video on the casinos on Boulder Highway. Yeah, I want to cover those. I don't know what kind of action they'd get, so while I'm small like now, I have to do the casinos on the Strip because everybody knows them by brand name, and then I might be found in search results. But I do want to cover every single casino and get on good terms with them, so I'm bigger than just some small YouTube channel where they'll actually let me come in and maybe get some access to behind the scenes too. And that's what I'm looking for. That'd be good. Where can I buy tickets for Grand Canyon? You could email me, Caribbean Queen, and I have connections to different companies. I could probably help you out with a discount or something like that. So I could get you a deal on Grand Canyon tickets. I think. I'll try. What's the best way to support you? Larry has asked. I do PayPal, I do Cash App. Some people buy shirts from me. Some people throw donuts at me while I'm on the Strip and I catch them in my mouth like a seal. That's never happened. I hope it doesn't, but that would be quite the viral video. You guys support me, like, share, comment my videos if you can't afford to do anything. That helps. Larry supported me today with PayPal. That was very nice of him. I heard Adelson is paying for his own monorail extension. Why doesn't the city at least pay for the steam extension? Are they waiting for the boring company to fund it? No, the Las Vegas monorail is actually not owned by the city. It's a private company. It's a for-profit company. It might get some government funding, but they get them in the terms of bonds, which are money that the government gives to the monorail company so they can then borrow against it to build. It's kind of complicated. But Adelson is probably just building his own because then that way he can control it and possibly up to the MGS sphere. And it's a mess. Transportation in Vegas is a mess. The boring company probably won't have anything to do with the monorail extension. If it does, I'd be very surprised because you'd have to work directly with Bombardier International, which built the monorail. Like they actually build the cars up in Canada and then they ship them down here. So you know, it's a mess. I don't know. Why is there no monorail? Why is there not light rail transit in the middle of the Strip? It would make total sense. It's much cheaper than a monorail. It's on the ground. It would be a lot more efficient, but they just don't know what they're doing out here, I think. Star Wars is like the circus. It was once fun. Now it gives you heartburn and gas. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Star Wars is like taking advantage of people. It's kind of like if you get a crowd base that loves you so much that you just keep feeding them junk with your logo on it, and eventually you'll alienate everybody, and everybody will say, wait a minute, you suck. You're not the way you used to be. What happened to you? You used to be cool. But Star Wars is at a point where I just can't even take any more changes in the story and stuff. Go to Sam's Town. It's a local favorite. I used to go there with friends either after school. Yes, Sam's Town is the name of a Killers album because the lead singer or the guitarist, I can't recall, was from here, and he used to look out to his window and see Sam's Town marquee. So Sam's Town is a good little place. I love your vids of the tree. Just forget, he says, have you done the FLMs? I've not done FLMs yet. Small places like that can be hard to film because you're very, very exposed and the companies don't like you filming them sometimes. But it can be also good to film them too if you can get in and get out and be clandestine. The camera I used was not a small camera. It was about the size of a cell phone, and then I used my GoPro, but either way I'd still be interrupting their day, so I'd have to get some kind of permission in most cases. But you know, I was talking to Woodby. Sorry, no problem, John Boy. What's the best deep dish pizza in Vegas? There's a place out on Fort Apache and Tropicana, I want to say. No, Fort Apache and Sahara. It's a Chicago place. I think it's just called Chicago something. You can't miss it. They have good deep dish pizza there. That's a good one. Have you been to the old Las Vegas Mormon fort in downtown Las Vegas? I've been past it. I've never been in it. I'd be liking to see it because I know a lot about the Mormon religion and I know a lot about the history of Mormonism. I've read a couple of books on those things, and they have a very interesting history that I'm not going to get into. But yeah, I would like to see that. It didn't survive very long, but it was the first kind of white settlement in the area. If you want to need a cameraman, I could help, Jacob says. Yeah, I mean, I can film myself with my GoPro, which I did today. It's just the idea. Some companies don't like you filming without permission, and I can understand where you're coming from too. But I appreciate the offer. For Jacob has experience, it sounds like, in videography. More than me, I'm a rank amateur. Have you been up to the Hyde Lounge at T-Mobile? Jason, I need to get in with somebody from the Golden Knights. You think I'm joking? totally not joking. If anybody knows somebody, let me know because I would love to blog those games as a local Vegas resident, somebody who's been watching that team since there was no team. I remember reading about it in 2006, how Jerry Bruckheimer wanted to bring a team here because he's from Michigan and he's involved in the Seattle ownership group. And I've been reading about the proposed, stadiums behind the Harrah's, which is where the MGS Sphere is kind of not, no, next to that. They were doing this hockey thing, and I'd love to get in with the team, but maybe my networking skills aren't where they should be. I can talk to a camera, but not to a face. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Aces Wild. It's not my friend. Beatles are the best. I share your interest for them. That's right, Wood Beast. Yes, and they've been re-releasing all the Beatles music using Gilles Martin, who's George Martin's son, has been taking the old tracks and making them sound like completely different music. Fantastic if you love the Beatles. You got to check out the 50th anniversary of like Sgt. Pepper's. They remastered Abbey Road. Really good stuff. Who is Stuart Sutcliffe's German photographer girlfriend? See, I don't know, Ed. I know about the Beatles and their music, but not about their personal stuff a lot. So, I mean, I can Cavern Club and all this kind of stuff. So that's a good one. So probably Wood Beast knows. Would you do a live feed from the dam? If the internet connection was there, I could do a live stream from there. Just have to have time to get down there. Is it true what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, Wood Beast, what's that old some kind of saying? It's like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for, and then they put the name of a STD in there. So I don't know. What's the update on O.J. Simpson? So I put a video of him getting kicked out of the Cosmo to get in trouble with his parole officer. I haven't heard anything about O.J., and if it came over the local news feeds, I have a news alert for that, so I would have seen it. Probably nothing. O.J.'s going to walk free. They'll probably make a settlement. He won't talk about it. If he's vindicated and they go to court, you'll hear about it all day long. And if he is a jerk, they'll make a big, huge example out of him because that's what big casino companies do, so no one else tries to mess with them. Not any more wood. I have lots of wood. I have a ton of wood. Anyways, have you heard anything about the Las Vegas Village being built into a parking lot for the Raiders? I heard it's supposed to have a tram to the stadium. They're probably not building a tram. They might just try to make money off of it, but I don't think they will after they saw some public backlash. I'm not saying it came from me because people don't really watch a lot of my stuff, but it's possible they won't do that. I haven't heard anything about the site. It's private land. They could build on it and be done in a week, but they won't. Circus is getting remodeled, and I would see if it got better. If they're doing a remodel, I've not heard of it, but I'm sure it will. Phil Ruffin just closed on that a little while ago, I heard somewhere, and so we'll see because he's paid for it now. Now the heat is on. Get it going, right? Boulder Station fan Subi says, Pawn Stars, have you been there? Yes, Wood Beast, we went there. Before it was just a museum when they actually did real pawns there, but it was just on TV for the first season or so. It's a nice pawn shop, but if you want to buy things, the better pawn shop's right across the street, a place called Easy Pawn. It's a chain, and they actually are a pawn shop where they'll sell you items. Not as glamorous as, the Harrison's place. I stayed 5 nights at Sam's Town last week. The second morning, I found a dead bug crawling off my pillow. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh man, AJ. Yeah, I could do something on bed bugs in Vegas, but then I'd probably be sued by a company much bigger than me for doing a thing on bed bugs, so I don't want to do that. JD MDC 2310 says thank you. Well, thank you, JD. My favorite is Pin Up Pizza at the Planet Hollywood. Yeah, they're good. Let's see here. Star Wars just need to get back to its roots. Find another Japanese movie to rock off and pretend it's an original. Hey, well, it's Disney, so they knocked off Kimba the White Lion to make the Lion King. So that's what they say in life. They say that amateurs copy and professionals steal. So what can I tell you, right? I forgot her name also. Okay, Sam's Town has bed bugs now. It's my favorite place before 2008. I keep hearing nasties about Sam's Town. I've heard bad stuff about some casinos, but I can't say them on camera for liability reasons. Well, are there good any Filipino restaurants to check out in Chinatown? So if you go in Chinatown, you go up to Spring Mountain Road and Jones. There's one there called Nanay Gloria's. And then if you go down further, there's Kapit Bahay, but I wouldn't say it's good. It's just a place that people have known for years. There used to be one on the Strip, and then it closed because that's very expensive. But that's your best two choices. Your better choices are to go to Maryland Parkway. Don't go to Chinatown. Go to Maryland Parkway. And between Desert Inn and Flamingo, there's a bunch of Filipino restaurants there. There's Cocina Ni Lorraine, which is owned by Nana Gloria's. And then you have Max's. You have Seafood City, which has all the Filipino chains. Jollibee, Chow King, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would go over to Maryland Parkway personally. That side, I like the place. I thank you, sir. I appreciate your input knowledge. Thank you, Ace, as well. And what happens if Vegas ends up on YouTube? How can it stay in Vegas? Yes, Peter, we have a absolutely global world now. Would you do a casino video on the new Sahara? Yes, that would be something I would love to do. I like to do those videos. The video I posted up today took an hour and a half to film yesterday, and then it took 9 hours to edit today because it just takes a long time when you have to stabilize video that's not stable and you have to edit it and get the sound. It was complicated, so yes, but real life, you gotta do your real life thing. Okay. Astrid Kircher. Okay, we're talking about something there. Yeah, it's not the Vegas logo. Yeah, more. Can take a drink? You must be dry. Yes, sometimes you talk for a long time on live streams, and sometimes your throat gets dry. That's true. I agree with Love's Travel Slots. Where are the good Pinoy restaurants? You also have D Pinoy, which I mentioned before, but that's on Flamingo and Rainbow. Flamingo and Rainbow. That's up on Flamingo and Rainbow next to the Roberto's Tacos. So you have two places you can go up there that are really, really good. And there's a D Pinoy actually at the South Outlet Center. It's not in the mall, but it's in the little thing that goes around the parking lot of the mall. There's little strip malls around there. John Boy says, I need some water. It's a marathon, ladies and gentlemen. I can't just kill a live stream by walking away and getting water, or else I'd get some Diet Cherry 7-Up, which I have. Do the reception at Sam's Town. Said the bed bugs are cheaper than this. Can't say those words. Is the Coca-Cola Classic good? Well, Coke is it. Coke is the real thing. How long do you plan on being on tonight? I don't know, Larry. Tell people lose interest. Las Vegas and Beyond says 9 hours sounds about right for post-production. It was a long time to do the post-production because I have somebody who might be watching right now who may not be here, but he was here earlier. He's been telling me, and he's right, it's about the production. It's about the camera. It's about framing things. So I took a challenge to take my wife's camera, which is a Leica. It's an all-in-one, but it's an expensive camera that takes a lot of really good video. It just, the lens plus the image sensor and all that kind of stuff. Until I get more questions, you guys can just hear me blather around on this stuff. And then I went on Peter McKinnon. He's a really good Canadian YouTuber that covers videos and photos. And I got some tips on how to make it more stable without a gimbal or stabilizer. And I filmed everything, and I still had to stabilize it on my computer. So I'm cutting things, I'm rearranging things on timelines, doing transitions, doing audio, ducking, and all this stuff. And then I have to run something called Warp Stabilizer, which I'm telling you, that takes about 2 hours to stabilize 20 minutes of video. And I don't have a garbage computer. No, I'm not using OBS Woodbeast. I'm just using the app on my phone. My Surface Pro, I can't find the charger for it, which sucks. And then my Chromebook is dead right now. The battery is just dead. And then I'm using my Pixel 3 XL with the front-facing camera. Is the quality good? Tell me, how would you rate my video quality tonight, everybody? Where would you put me on a scale of 1 to 10? We're gonna put some more wood on the fire. We're talking about Las Vegas, don't you know? It's Vegas o'clock, everybody. And I appreciate you watching with me. All right. Okay, here's what we got here. By the way, New Year's is going to be time to lose my gut because I gained a gut this year. It's not funny. How was your Xmas? Kevin asks. Good Xmas. How was yours, Kevin? And then another Kevin asks, hi from Pleasanton, California, a suburb of San Francisco. Very cool. John Boy asks if my family has called me today. Both of my parents said Merry Christmas via Messenger on Facebook, and my one parent via WhatsApp Messenger, which is ironically owned by Facebook. Why is resort fees so expensive? I'm sure you mean. The resort fees are expensive because people will pay the resort fees. If you will pay it, they will come. For example, I said this before, nobody thought there would ever be $1,000 phone, and then Apple did it, and now the highest end Samsung phone is $1,600 for the best model. So whenever people are willing to pay it, people are going to pay it and they're going to charge it. And if people stop paying it and nobody comes here, they'll probably announce that they're taking away the resort fees. Will the Drew ever open? Kevin says maybe someday. I'm sure they will someday. Oh, okay. Well, look at this. Close your screen. The sparks are going to fly. My screen is closed, my friend. Okay. Oh, look at Las Vegas and Beyond says, keep up the good work. Merry Christmas. $5. Thank you so much. Everybody say thank you to Las Vegas and Beyond for me. Give a collective giant group hug to Las Vegas and Beyond for hooking me up with $5, which goes out to help the channel, and I appreciate it. And Scott reminds everybody you can send me a Cash App or a PayPal. And you know what? I don't, you don't have to do those things, but they are really appreciated. It is what it is, right? You try to do these videos for folks, and maybe I feel like I'm on the cusp of some big things, and maybe someday I'll have 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel and be able to bring you guys content that isn't just focused on the Strip, but just little stories about things and descriptions of the area. I want to go up Interstate 95 into the middle of nowhere to Ely and Goldleaf and show you guys these things, but nobody would watch that right now, and it's way too much time. I can't spend days on the road. Gotta work my job. Hey Steve, I have a Surface Pro charger I'm not using anymore. I'll bring it with me when I come on the 2nd. Well, that's very nice, Robert. That's cool. I appreciate it. I will find mine eventually. Then I'll have a second one. My boss at my job gave me a Surface Pro, and I used it. I loved it. It's good for streaming. That's the thing. You can set that up on streaming really good. Let's see here. Yeah, thank you. That's cool. If they didn't itemize it and call it a resort fee, there wouldn't be so much attention to it. Just to charge a flat rate. I've said that, James, but then the problem is they have to lower the flat rate to be competitive with everybody, and then it diminishes the idea of the room fee. The room fee is something that can offer a low flat rate without seeing the actual price of the item. And it's kind of like if you have a surcharge excise tax on something and you want to sell it for $100, but the tax is $100. It's really $200, but it's very deceptive, and I'm not happy, and I'm not defending it for any second. Hey, I know what it's like to try and grow an audience. Keep trying. Best of luck. So, Mikamiga, do you have a giant audience? If you do, that's pretty cool. What were your tips and tricks that you could share with some people that might be struggling? That'd be pretty nice if you have a big audience on YouTube. What's my job? Mo, you probably know my job because you put it into quotation marks. I'm a smart fella. Sometimes I see things before I walk into that wall. If you're not sure what my job is, Mo, just search my channel. I get lots of different things there. Does it ever snow in Las Vegas? Kevin, back in February we had snow. I did a video. I spent a lot of time. Started off the night of the snowstorm, ended up the day of the snowstorm. It was 600 views, maybe 300, because nobody was watching me back then. So we have snow every so often in the city. Last year we had a big storm and I covered the heck out of it. I was very proud of that video. But compared to the video I did today, it was garbage. Hot garbage. Oh, God, I hate it, but it was good at the time. Jacob says, have you spoke with casino management off camera to ask if you can shoot around the property? If anyone gives you garbage about filming, tell them you're making a documentary out of the past and present. That would be cool, Jacob, yeah. Most of the time I can get in and out with my GoPro. But yeah, you're right, that would be a good idea. But then you run the risk of them shutting you down and not getting any footage of that casino. So if they don't know you're there and you get away with it versus they know you're there and they say no to you and you can never get away with it, right? That's what it is. Surface Pros are great. Yes, they are great computers. I would love the brand new Surface Pro. They're the nicest ones. That would be very cool. But you know, that would be a thing for the future maybe if I want to do video mobile editing. Have you seen David the Saxman at Harrah's? Yeah, Larry, I've seen him. He's good. There's also Big Elvis at the Harrah's, Big Fat Elvis. Let's see here. What kind of certainly I need to sell timeshare? Doug, if you want to sell timeshare, you just have to go to get sponsored by a company which has a broker. Then you have to pass the timeshare TSA, timeshare agent's license. It's a test. It's not as hard as a real estate exam. And there's, your broker will help you with that process. And then you get the broker to sponsor you, pay the fees, and now you have a TSA, and then you can go do timeshare, or you can do what I do, which is the marketing on it. No, I have like 60 followers, Twitter artist, game developer, and only 2 of them regularly interact with me. Yeah, Mika, but then you got a couple of people, like I got some folks on my channel right now who are super generous to me, and they prop my whole entire channel up. And all you need is a few strong followers to spread your message for you. But answer everybody. Everybody who takes the time to subscribe to you or comment to you is literally buying something from you. And the thing they're buying from you is that they trust you enough that they're going to give you their time in the future. And that's more valuable than you could ever imagine. So give them a lot of respect, everybody who watches you. And don't be sneaky, because if you start off sneaky and you have ulterior motives, people will see through that. I get a lot of people that text me about YouTubers and ask me about them, and I don't give them my opinions, but I know what people think about other YouTubers. Sometimes not good, but then they could be saying the same things about me behind my back. Maybe they're telling them that they think I'm a scammer or that I'm disingenuous. I have no clue. I'm sorry, hold on. Thanks, LVBA. Steven's Adventures, world-class blogger. Thanks, John Boy. John Boy says he's my biggest fan, so thank you for all the support, John Boy. Guys, peace off, edit WordPress site. Thank you, Woodbeast. What resort had, in your opinion, the best or your favorite holiday display? Actually, my favorite holiday display came from the park, outdoors, between New York, and the Park Hotel. I saw that the other day when I did my live stream, and that was just awesome. I guess most of the time, yes, are in a bad area where the top properties have already been filled up. This is true. Not really, Peter. There's always good little properties, and there's always land available. You just have to pay a lot for that land sometimes. Subi is striking down people. Okay, Doug Davis says thanks. Well said. On chat, do you watch Raiders 1967? I've watched a few of his videos. He covers the Raiders a lot, and that's good. He's a bigger channel than me, so I should beg him for a collaboration. I should be like, please, whatever it takes, I'll buy you lunch. I'm not going to do that. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He'd probably ask me, who are you? Not leaving what now? Nobody's heard of you. Hi from Elotes, Texas, my friend from Elotes. You gotta say it with no H sound. It's Elotes. Is Raiding the Rock Vault still playing? They are. I think they're at, I don't know, is it Trop or Bally's? It's moved around, but it's still playing. Going to be there for a week of Valentine's, staying downtown with Four Queens. There's another one that's competing with Raiding the Rock Vault. I can't remember the name of it right now, but there's always these little copycat shows. How's the weather in Vegas? Today it was 57. Right now it's about 50. Do you have anything against Kevin's trying to egg me on into talking about politics and sexuality? Will the citizens of Vegas support the Raiders? Probably, Doug, but it won't matter if we don't. They're predicting 30% of all the people going to those games will be from somewhere else. Is that crazy or what? 30%. And by the way, guys, do me a favor. Take your best shot. You're going to swing and miss every time. I'm pretty good at not getting baited into things. I've been talking for a living for over 17 years. And I know when people are trying to poke and prod. And it's fun to see the examples. But if you came for a battle of wits, I might be armed pretty well. So you have to be careful, because I'm not a silly guy. I have an intellect. Ooh, fire's going to die down. Do you recommend going to Vegas on the first weekend of New Year? You could. I mean, it's going to be slow, so it's going to get great prices for you. Some of the shows might not be running, so make sure your show is going to play first. If you're going to see a show, and they take time off during Consumer Electronics, so you might be missing out there. Saw you in Vegas. We actually walked right by you and came out on your live stream. Which live stream was that, Nancy? I wish you would have stopped. I would have given you my business card and at least had you on camera. But some people don't want to be on camera. I need to get better with putting people on camera. You got to be careful during a live stream, because when you promote the live stream, like I'm doing this in this place, number one, you don't know who's going to show up. Number two, some people just want to mess with your day. But I always run into somebody in a live stream like that. I want to meet with you. I want to say hello to you. That'd be cool. So we got this Christmas tree behind me. You want to try this? Check this out. So let's see if we can get the tree. Look at that tree. That is a sexy tree, if you don't mind me saying. Let's see here. Because my fire is dying, Because like that line of the song that says the fire is slowly dying. That's what that is. This is my wife's Christmas tree, Caroline's Paper Blooms. And she sells these things. You guys can order from her. She'll ship it out to you. Big, huge, handmade, customized paper flower. And she takes a lot of time to do all these too. These take a couple of hours just to do. And they have a little hook on the back. You can hang them on your wall. So go on Facebook and check out Caroline's Paper Blooms if you want to support the channel. happy wife, happy life. So that would help too. But she made all the paper flowers on this thing right here. And this is our tree that looks better than anything I've seen at any casino. I mean, $500,000 of ornaments is one thing, but this is awesome. And man, she is so talented. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Rating the Rock Vault's moving to Rio. Cool, they're going to Sad Rio. Sad Rio. What are your most busy months for timeshare? February is busy. March is busy except for when basketball's here. April, May, June gets slow, July, and then it gets into September, October. So there you go. Your tree is gorgeous. Thank you. Am I from Toronto? Reno asks. I'm from Calgary. I grew up in Niagara Falls, Canada, but I'm not from Toronto. But I grew up in Niagara Falls, which is about a couple hours away from Hogtown. Nice tree, untraditional with all the white. It is beautiful. Who is that young man in the photo hugging your wife? I don't know, but if I ever find that guy, man, I'm gonna beat him up on channel. We had to take down our tree because our cat kept climbing it. So we thought we'd have a problem with Princess Sage, the Siamese cat, because the stereotype is that they're mischievous. But aside from when she first got here, breaking a really nice vase we had up on a windowsill, she's been pretty cool and she's not tried to climb this tree. So we've been pretty lucky with that stuff. Does she ship to Canada? I guess we can ship to Canada. I just have to send it a slower service unless you need it right away. I can send that out there on FedEx. Could send it with UPS, could send it with USPS, of course. Just shoot me a message. Trying to make it fair for her. They're not cheap. They're not $10. But there's something that's handmade and customized, and I'll make sure that I sign it for you. Put my signature on the back. We'll put my logo on it and her logo on it, and then you guys can do something like that if you want one. I was just in Vegas over the weekend, my favorite city. What inspired you to move there? It's a long story. I had an uncle in the United States, and I was in Canada. He's a Canadian, moved here a long time ago. And then he was like, come down and work for me in Southern California. And when I was working for him, I was coming to Vegas to work back and forth here, and my wife was out here doing some bartending stuff, and we just started talking, and one night we had like this 4.5 hour conversation. It was ridiculous. And one thing leads to another, and hey, it's Vegas o'clock, baby. Black cats are the mischievous ones. See, now, we thought maybe black cats, witches had them because they're very docile, because our black cat is incredibly docile. John Boy, she makes custom-made flowers. So she does flowers in any style. So, for example, this is another one, it's a rose, but they're not all roses. This is a patriotic rose that we did for a 4th of July thing over at the Texas station. But she doesn't just do roses. She does any kind of flower you might want to have. She also does silk flowers, and we actually have our wedding bouquet over here. It's our wedding anniversary on the 28th. I wanted to take her to Beatles Love, but we couldn't swing it, so we're going to go to another show that I can get through my work for free. It ain't a Cirque show, but it's something fun. And then I have a steakhouse comping us because I know the owner over at the Planet Hollywood, which is really cool. But anyways, let's see here. I like your vlogs, even though I live 300 kilometers north of your old city. So you might be Vegas forever, might be from Edmonton or Edmonton. We call it Edmonton because there's a lot of Ukrainians up there, and they have UK at the end of CK at the end of their names. Anyways, so Las Vegas is allowed to move outward with all the government-owned land. Of course, Kevin, because we just purchased the land from the government. 85% of the state is owned by the government. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. I'm considering the move. Yeah, Reno, see what it's going to be for you. What are your thoughts on the affordability of vacationing in Vegas now with all the new changes? It will be more expensive or more affordable. By the way, the tree is beautiful. Well, I think that it's affordable at certain times of the year and not affordable at other times of the year. And I think that if you have a budget for vacation, your vacation dollar doesn't go as far as it used to anywhere, because so many of these places are getting exposure online. They can raise the rates, and every place has gone up. Disney World's expensive. Hawaii is expensive. New York City's expensive. Vegas just gets into the limelight because it used to be the outlier where it wasn't expensive. But I have another idea for a video in my head right now, so I better not say too much, because I think that's a whole topic to talk about in a separate video. Do you think Vegas will be cold and windy during Super Bowl weekend? I don't know. It's February. It can go either way. It can be absolutely beautiful in the 70s, or it can be cold and windy, and we had snow around Super Bowl weekend last year. John Boy is his nickname. I understand, John Boy. And now I'm getting thirsty because you guys kept talking about getting thirsty. But yeah, ask me some more questions if you guys want. My fire has died down. But oh, actually, here's an example of the other types of flowers that she does. You can see up here, these are poinsettias, and she designed those poinsettias as well. To give you an idea of her paper flower chops and skills. Absolutely, guys. But I don't see a lot more comments happening. Oh, we got Nick, okay. Do you think if Californians moving there will eventually make the place like LA prices? I don't think so, Nick, because we just have a lot more land and it's easier to build out here. One of the major problems about California is that they have a lot of policies to protect the environment, which means that they have a lot of things they can and cannot build in certain spots. So people move into the Inland Empire, they move into parts of California that are less pricey, but then those get pricey because those get built on. But Vegas has a lot of empty land, and it's inhospitable to live out here most of the time. It's not like Cali where you can just walk out in shorts and a t-shirt most of the time of the year. So I think it keeps some people away and keeps the prices from getting astronomically out of control. Let's see here. That's a nice, Nick, that's sure, okay. Great channel on content. Biggs Land says, biggest, wait, what is Big Island to Honolulu. I thought it's like biggest land. I'm like, so where's biggest land at? How to get a job in Vegas before moving to Vegas and an apartment before having a job. That's quite the chicken and egg head scratcher like your emoji indicates, isn't it? Try to get hired before you come out. If you want to work for a large company, they might have an office back home. You can get hired there to come work out here and then get with a realtor. You know, my friend Josh is a realtor. He can help you out. I did a video with Josh on the channel. You can reach out to him. He can find you a place to live before you even get out here, possibly. Prime Minister's health and let's see what we got here. Ed Dinoy says Prime Ministers Heath and Wilson are mentioned in what Revolver song? See now Ed's gonna. Oh God, I can't recall. It's wow, my Beatles. I'll try to think of that one. Okay, okay. I had to turn down a job at the post office as a mailman. 17.39 an hour doesn't cut it. Oh, okay, right. Yes. You know why Ed Dinoy knows why George Harrison wrote Taxman is because he was livid at having to pay as many income taxes as he had. And it was basically a protest song that he wrote on that album. It's a really good song, actually. Revolver is more hard rockish. And it's like, you know, the Beatles meet the Rolling Stones almost. You said you like downtown Summerlin. I've never been. What's nice about shopping, landscaping, walking, all of the above. You have nice little shops, park benches everywhere you can go. It's in a good area where you're out into away off the beaten path. You have the Golden Knights practice facilities down there, a lot of nice little restaurants. The Red Rock Casino is right there, plus the Las Vegas ballpark, which I've yet to make it to. Mickey Maga, there are some apartments that don't require very much money down and some storage units if you need to move all your stuff. It's a good point. Rue, we put up Portland. Okay, there you go. Yeah, Larry says Portland, Oregon keeps them away. You guys know this. There's a lot of people in the past in California, Northern California, and Southern Oregon that wanted to create a state of Jefferson, and it was in like the old 1940s. They were thinking of making a new state out of those places. My favorite Beatles song is "Imagine All the People." That's a John Lennon song. So yes, it was one of the Beatles, but it was just John Lennon singing it. It was not when he was with the Beatles that he did that song. It was a good song. John Lennon was very much interesting guy back there. But you got to point out that, you know, see, I like Magical Mystery Tour. That's an album that not a lot of people might listen to, but I think that a lot of it's very meta. There's like I Am the Walrus, and then later on in Glass Onion, they reference different stuff in the song Glass Onion from old Beatles songs. Pretty interesting to me. Well, an hour and 27 minutes in, I think we've pretty much gotten to the last little drop we can wring out of this live stream. What parts of California do you want to travel to? Scott Adams says, I want to go to Santa Barbara. They have an orchid show out there every year that I think would be fun to go to. My wife loves orchids, and I love to take pictures and photography of plants, especially I like macro photography. I also want to go to Santa Clarita. I want to see the Bay Area, but seems like there's some issues with San Francisco and affordability for us, so may not go there. That'll be fun, and I love San Diego. I mean, I've been there, so I would go to San Diego on any given day. Big Island Honolulu says good night, guys. Is your wife asleep? She's watching Netflix or something right now. Yes, Scott, it says Orchid Expo International. Yeah, it would be a great show to go to. And here we go. MJ bought the rights to some of the Beatles songs. Yeah, John Boy, that was one of the reasons why him and Paul McCartney did songs back in the day because Michael Jackson owns some of that stuff. Do you do timeshares for the Hilton Alara? No, I work near the Alara, but the Hilton has their own marketing. They basically get their marketing out of referrals and people who own business cards, the Hilton Honors cards, or the rewards cards, not business cards. So they don't need us for marketing, although that would make my job a lot easier. John says, hi, Stephen, Merry Christmas. What did you think about time on leaving to Fremont on New Year's Eve? I called the Binions. Was it you that asked me in the past? I don't recall. I called Binions and they said be there a few hours early and you can valet for free at the Binions and just tip the valet. And it's easier to do that. What time do you get downtown there and will stores be open? John, everything will be open. They won't allow certain kinds of, well, they already don't allow glass bottles down there, but yeah, everything's going to be open down there on Fremont Street. Subi wants to hike Death Valley. If you go in the springtime when all the flowers bloom. It's beautiful. Good night from John Boy. See you later, John Boy. Thanks for watching. No problem, John. I appreciate it. Do you like succulents? My wife loves succulents. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. I'm going to take this off because I was charging it the whole time. Let me show you guys something here. Okay, watch. So we got the thing right here. I'm going to show you guys some succulents. Do I like succulents? Check this out. Succulent City, baby. Yes, my wife loves succulents. She got so many of these from little tiny clippings and trims that she just grew out to be much bigger ones. Her sister in the Philippines loves succulents, and you can't get stuff like this out there though, which is kind of interesting. So we also have more succulents out front. My house is a little bit messy. I had people over last night. We had some subscribers to the channel that came and took a look at our Christmas stuff. He hired me to do a website for him. So we're like, well, you don't have anything to do for Christmas. You need to come out here. So we have more succulents out here. Watch me lock myself out of my house like Fred Flintstone. So here's some more succulents here. Succulents, if you guys don't know, they're a type of cactus. If I broke this little piece off and I let it sit out, it would get dry on the end and then it would try to grow roots. And so you can just keep breeding succulent plants over and over and over again. We have some more out here, although you may not be able to see them very well. And there's some more up here. So then we have my Minions security camera. That's pretty funny. Let's see if I don't give everybody gross whiplash. And we have our cat area out here. We built for these cats. This is actually a giant dog kennel. And there's one over here and one over here, and our outside feral cats can sleep in here. And then I built all this furniture. I never built furniture before, but I built this furniture right here. My wife helped me. She's pretty good at engineering stuff, and we painted it with a type of deck paint. So it's been in the rain all year long, and it's totally fine. And then she has some more succulents here. Oh, John threw me $3.99. Thank you, John. These are not succulents. These are actually cacti. Fair enough. But Americans call this prickly pear, but in the Southwest here, we often call it nopalus. And these are nopalus plants. You can see the Luxor light if you look carefully in the distance. No, you can't, not tonight. Oh, yes, you can. It's behind the tree. These are types of nopalus plants. So there's that too. Yep, so we have some stuff out here. Thank you, John, for tipping me a few bucks for that, and that's really appreciated of you guys. Oh, you know what? I just realized by moving my camera, I have water, and I also just realized that I can hear myself on my tablet. That's ridiculous. Let's see here, what's going on with this thing? All right, so my tablet's wicked out on me. I don't like that very much. Yep, so we do have what we have out here in Las Vegas, and you know, it is an interesting place to live. It's a place with community, and it's a place with stories, and a place with things and people. So, you know, if you guys want to keep throwing me questions, I'll do my best to answer those questions. Otherwise, if we're at the end of our live stream and people don't want to ask, I'm going to let you guys be. What do we got here? Yeah, I think the flowers go good in DV. Okay. I love Vegas. I'm definitely going to move back one day. Yeah, Vegas is a place to move to. It's gotten a lot different in the last few years. I have to plug this tablet in, so I'm holding this with one hand, and it's terrible. Yeah, Vegas is definitely a place to be. It's a place to be seen and all that kind of stuff, too. Okay, I'm just hoping that my Samsung Galaxy Tab S2 didn't completely die. I came in and the screen was all flickering. It's my wife's tablet and she loves it. Oh, it just turned itself off because of battery death. All right, guys, if you want to ask me any more questions, you can do that. Otherwise, I'm going to probably click off here, spend some time. My fire has died out entirely and completely, and I appreciate it. I like the mountains, plus I have a lot of good memories there. Well, Mickey Maga, you should come out here. You can start a Vegas YouTube channel, talk to people on Christmas evening about stuff. So if you guys want to support the channel, thank you, Joseph Seeley. If you guys want to support the channel, it's really easy. You just want to keep liking and sharing and stuff like that. If you have the means to do it financially, you want to get something in return, you should buy a paper flower from my wife. She makes them in different colors for you guys. We ship them out to you. Or you guys can send me PayPal, Cash App, whatever. Or you guys can just email me and tell me about stuff and things that are cool. And I appreciate you guys being with me on Christmas. That is the champagne bar and grill sign that I usually see in front of you. Is it champagne bar and grill? I'm not really sure what you're asking me, Peter, but if you want to specify, I can answer you. But you know what? Okay, so Kevin asked what Boxing Day is. I think Peter was the one who actually cleared up for me on the YouTube group, and it was a day where it's Boxing Day. Look it up on Wikipedia, but from what I understood it, the pedestrian way of saying it is that the rich people would give to their servants after Christmas Day in the United Kingdom, but now in Canada it's a shopping day. That's what it is. Okay, I got some more questions, so I better give you guys some more answers, I guess. Scott Adams gives my Cash App address. Thanks, guys. You guys are cool. Thank you for the video and the content. I appreciate it, guys. And okay, Happy New Year's to all. I appreciate it. Do you have kids? What do you think about the schools there? Mickey Maga says, I have my godson in the Philippines, Christian. I put through dental school, but we don't have kids of our own. I think the schools here are good if they're chartered, and probably better if it's homeschooling, if you could do that with your kids. But the schools here are not great. They're lacking very badly. All right, so every time I try to log off, watch, we'll try it again. I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm going to turn off the camera, and I'll get 7 more people asking me stuff. Oh, man. Sorry, my asthma. All right, guys. No, you guys are fine. Enjoy your evening with your family. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Heading to Vegas from Puyallup, Washington tomorrow. Heading to bed. Enjoy your night. Thank you so much, John. If you want to meet up, just email me or find me on Facebook. And in closing, go to the Facebook group. Go to facebook.com. Log into your account so Mark Zuckerberg can collect your data. And then type in Not Leaving Las Vegas group. You'll see one with an orange logo. That's me. The other one is my fan page, but nobody should want a fan page. What kind of egomaniac wants that? The one with my brownish orangish logo is my group. Ask who's on the group, introduce yourself, we'll add you, then you can add me as a friend on Facebook. I live in Nye County for school. That's smart. Would you recommend buying a condo on the Strip? Any suggestions? If you can afford it, buy one. The Strip is a beautiful place to live with lots of amenities, and I would say the Veer Towers, or if you don't want to be right on the Strip, you can go to what used to be called the Panorama Towers. It has a different name now. It's just on the back end of it. And there you go. Everyone should read a journal. And you know, Lotarius Wing is spouting off political propaganda. Thank you guys for watching, and hug your loved ones. And I'm hugging you guys with a virtual hug. If you're not into that, in which case you're not into that, that's okay too. And thanks to all my trolls who have been watching my videos and trying to get my goat. But you never get this guy's goat, yo, because I'm a linguistic ninja. I gotta go. It's gonna be fun. We'll do another live stream soon enough, but keep watching the videos, and you're all the best people in the world. Bye bye.